stay tuned if you want to see me try to break my bumper. Hey folks, it's Nate, and you might remember that I built this bumper. Maybe you can't see it in frame, but trust me, there's a bumper on the Jeep right now. The bumper's mounted. I don't have it painted and ready to be daily driven yet, but the reason for that is I want to test something. And that thing I want to test is the recovery points. The recovery points are important because they see a lot of stress and a lot of forces when you're doing an actual recovery. So there's two things that I want to do to these recovery points, and I'm going to try to do them in this video to show you guys that the bumper that I built is actually sound, or maybe not, because I haven't done the tests yet. So number one that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lift the Jeep using the recovery point. But to do that, I'm going to put a shackle in each recovery point and lift the front of the Jeep up with a high lift. So that'll test how strong, sort of, I guess it's called laterally strong or vertically strong, I don't know, whatever, these recovery points are. The next thing I'm going to do is I got a buddy who has a property farther away from society than I am with a big tree in his yard. And I'm going to wrap a tow strap around that tree and give it a few good tugs with the bumper, hopefully without breaking the Jeep. If I break a U-joint instead of a bumper, I guess that would mean the bumper's a success, but I don't really want to break a U-joint. So I'm going to try to get all of that on video. Stay tuned if you want to see me try to break my bumper. Or maybe not. I really don't want to try to break it, but I want to trust it. Test number one. The goal is to securely lift the Jeep using the D-ring. Securely and safely, I might add. A lot of people hate high lifts. They say they're unsafe. And they are, kinda. I'd really be surprised if this fails, to be honest. I don't see any motion in the recovery point. Suspension still has a lot of play before it's going to lift the tire off the ground. I'm just going to keep going for a bit. Recovery point's looking fine. I think that's about high enough. It's got a good percentage of that corner of the Jeep's weight on it. Tire's still not off the ground, of course. Bumper's looking fine. I don't see any deforming. I don't see any movement in that recovery point. It's still straight like it was. I think this test is completed successfully. Okay, now we're going to try the other one. About as high as I want to take it. I'd call this a successful test. I'm basically checking that there's any play at all in this recovery point, and it looks like none. I'm happy. All right, cool. Next test is going to be a little more strenuous. All right, folks, so here we are at my buddy's place. He graciously allowed me to abuse his tree for the afternoon. The idea here is I just want to put some pressure on the recovery points on the bumper, give it a try, see how it goes, and then assuming it holds up, then I think the bumper's ready for paint. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give it a good static pull, just basically put some pressure on the recovery point and then just put some torque to the wheels and make sure it holds up. And then if that works out, I'm going to do a couple more dynamic pulls where I'm going to put some slack on the strap and then give it a little gas, let the Jeep coast to the point where I'm not going to hammer on the gas because I think that'd be really bad for my drivetrain. I'm going to get a little bit of momentum and then let off the gas and let the strap stop me. And if the bumper holds up to all that, I think I'm pretty confident that it'll do okay. It's a little windy out here, so I'm sorry. Hopefully the dead cat on the mic covers up for that. But here we go. Stick it in 4 low. Get a bit of pressure onto the strap and just give it a little bit of torque. Then we'll have a look at the bumper and see how it did. Seems like the first test passed. Let's get a little slack on it. And just kind of give it a bump. I feel like it's doing pretty well. Give it one more. Alright, if that held up, I'm going to switch sides. Go. I think we did it. I'm gonna go back home and have a better look at the footage that I got from the GoPro on the bumper and just see how solid it looked, because obviously I can't watch that from inside the Jeep. But it does not appear to have deformed at all. I gave it a good few tugs. I mean, static pull while the Jeep's in 4-low, that's decent. At any rate, before the neighbors come over and ask me why I'm doing this, I'm gonna pack up, get going. Well folks, there you have it. Bumper is built, bumper is tested, bumper's ready to be taken off of here and painted. I am really pleased with the fact that these recovery points held up the way they were. I was really worried, just because I'm not a professional welder, and I made some sort of guesstimates on how to get these things mounted securely. Could I have done more to test them more rigorously? Probably, but the thing is, recoveries aren't usually done in the way that I was testing these, okay? Usually, when you're using your front recovery points, you're not going to have a really heavy static load on there. It's going to be a quick tug. It's going to be just a quick bump to get you off of something, out of something. Usually, when you're trying to recover something, you'll be using your rear recovery points. I have no concerns at all about that bumper. This one, because I built it, I wanted to make sure it was going to be solid, and I think it's pretty solid. So I hope this has been useful for you guys. I really advocate for, if you do build your own bumper like I just did, and that was the whole reason I showed you guys this video, to show you that you can do this stuff yourself at home. If you do build your own, take it out and test it before you're out on the trail. Because if you're on the trail and something fails and you hurt somebody or you damage someone's vehicle, you're going to feel really bad about yourself, and it's just generally a bad idea to be out on the trail with some equipment that's untested. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's given me a lot more faith in the bumper that I built, and I'm ready to get this thing prepped, installed, and on the trails. That is, once we're allowed to be on the trails again. Thank you, coronavirus. So, the next video, hopefully, I will have this thing prepped and painted, and you'll be watching me install a winch. Picked up a Warn Evo Series 8,000-pound winch that's going to go right here. That's why in the bumper build video there was no winch guard, and now there is, because I've already got it all prepped and ready to go. Got all the holes drilled. I've got the guard ready. Winch just has to go on it and get wired once it's all painted up. I didn't want to do all that work and then have to take it all off to paint it. So It's going to get painted. I also didn't want to paint it before I tested it, because if I had to go back in there and change anything because I didn't like the way the bumper reacted, or because I destroyed it while testing it, I didn't want to have to have gone through the effort of painting it first. So I think that's it. Thank you folks for watching. If you like what you saw, make sure you hit that like button on the video so I know that you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. If you do subscribe, hit that bell so you actually get notified when new videos go live. If you want to help support SWBCrawler, please go over to SWBCrawler.com and check out all of my merchandise that you can purchase. Things like this hat. Obviously this isn't my hat, this is Dirt Lifestyle's hat, but it's the same type of hat. You can get ball caps, you can get shirts and sweatshirts and whatever, a couple funny slogans, just things that I've come across over the years. Go check them out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hey you stuck around to the end of the video. You're awesome. You should probably hit the subscribe link up over here, and make sure you hit the notification bell. Otherwise, YouTube's not going to actually tell you when I produce something new. You can also support me via Patreon by clicking the link up over here. And if you like this video, you should probably check out the recommended content that's coming up down over here. If you want merch like I'm wearing right here, you should go to SWBCrawler.com and check out my shirts and hats and whatever else I've got for sale. Thanks for watching.